Hey squad, welcome back. Today I've got something really exciting to show you. One of my favorite sponsors of the channel, Output.com, have just released Co-Producer, and this thing is fantastic. So today I'm going to give you my first impressions of this superb tool. I'll show you the basics on how you can use it, and of course later on I'll do more in-depth tutorial videos to dive deeper into this plugin. But alongside that, I'm happy to have received a fantastic gift through the post by a new sponsor of the channel, OneOdio. And they sent me their brand new Studio Max 1 wireless headphones, which is perfect for DJs and creatives who work in recording studios just like myself. So in this video, I'll test drive these headphones along with a demonstration of the Output.com Co-Producer. So let's see how we fare. Okay, so we're opening up the OneOdio Studio Max 1. I've been looking forward to receiving this. It's a decent weight. Let's see what we've got hiding inside. Okay, this looks good. Let's see what we've got inside. Very nice packaging. Alrighty, we've got a few bits. Let's quickly have a look, see what's in here. Nice. We've got a USB cable and we've got the headphone cable with the mini jack and a 1/4 inch. Okay, that's really good. And then in this one, oh nice. Nice little pouch. And now for the headphones themselves. Oh yeah, these are good. These are good. There's a nice weight to these. Lovely design. Let's put them on. Oh yeah, these feel right. Nice isolation from outside. And what we're going to do now, we're going to take them inside the house where I'm going to be doing some work, and we're going to give them a spin, see what they're like. I'm also going to take them for a road test, head down to Starbucks where I do some editing, and we'll see what happens there. All right. So as you can see, I'm sporting the Studio Max 1s, and I'm heading over to Starbucks, do a little bit of editing. So now I'm going to check them out in Starbucks, see how well they work, and especially in an environment like that where it can be very noisy, especially if you're working on editing, it can be a bit challenging. So let's see how we get on. Okay, so I'm here in Starbucks and just doing a bit of editing, as you can see. And I'm finding these headphones incredibly comfortable. The sound quality is fantastic. I'm really impressed with these. They offer a lot of isolation from the background, and they allow me to get on with my editing without any disturbances or what's going on around me. So I'm really pleased. So these Studio Max 1 headphones will very likely be used in my editing studio, which I have inside my house. Of course, it makes sense using a high quality set of cans like these instead of monitors in order to avoid disturbing everyone else in the property. As you know, I'm a big user of Output Arcade. As you can see right here, we've got a new introduction to the Output family, which is Output Co-Producer. And you can see it says the fastest way to find samples that fit. And I'm going to show you how quick and effective this particular tool is in terms of coming up with ideas and getting a basic structure or even a full production, depending on what you're looking for. So let me show you real quick how we're going to use Co-Producer. As you can see, I'm using the Studio Max 1s in wireless mode, and the sound so far is great. And for this quick demo, I'm going to create the foundations for a quick boom bap hip hop track. So I'm going to start off with some drums, and here's my drum loop. Okay, now I'm going to record my electric bass to go with this, and then I'll show you how we can use Co-Producer in this context. But before we do that, you know I like to use my Waves Maserati GRP on the drums. Let's put that on there. Just on the default setting, it's brought it to life. On the bass, let's add the Maserati B72. Let me drop my bass line to these initial 8 bars, and then we can use Co-Producer. Let's get it. Great. So we've got our bass line down. But as you might have noticed, I was using these same Studio Max 1 headphones, but using the cable instead of wireless mode, because the cable puts the headphones in low latency mode. So there's no delay on the processed sound as it goes through the system and back through my headphones when monitoring. Anyway, I'm going to keep them plugged in for now, and we're going to crack on with this. It's time now for us to implement Co-Producer. So once you've downloaded and installed the plugin, remember there'll be links in the description where you can download this free of charge for 7 days. We must insert Co-Producer on the master stereo bus. So let's go here, let's go to Audio Units, Output, Co-Producer. And this is what the interface looks like. Really simple. Okay, so there are 3 main areas that you want to pay attention to. This bit up here where you capture your audio, this bit over here where you set the key of your production. So a little bit of music theory knowledge will go a long way in helping you to find the right key, and therefore you'll get better matches from the sample library that is held at output.com. And over here where we get to decide on the type of sound, the vibe, the genre of sample that we want to capture based on our production. So the first thing we want to do right here is capture our audio. So remember, this is on the master stereo bus. So let's click capture audio, and down the bottom here we got the option of choosing 4 bars or 8 bars of capture. I'm going to go for 8 bars. Let's play back. If you're feeling this tutorial so far, then I'm sure you're going to want to check out the new content I'm dropping right here on YouTube. You see, I've just launched a brand new podcast, the Sound Mindset Podcast, which I co-host alongside my nephew and business partner, the very talented First Timothy. On that show, we dive deep into the very latest developments in music production, hardware and software tools to give you that edge. We also explore creative strategies, and we break down how you can move shrewdly in this very competitive music industry with a mindset for success. But that's not all. If you're into classic soul and funk, then don't sleep on my DJ set videos featuring hand-picked classic grooves with that analog warmth and that true school vibe. So stick around, because there's more than one way to elevate your sound. All right, let's get back to the video. Great. So now that's now captured. If we can play that back from within the Co-Producer interface. Great. The next thing we want to do is select the key. Now, I know that this production here is in the key of A minor. I'm going to click minor over here and then go back here and click minor, A minor. So that is now set. The next thing we're going to do is describe the type of instrument or sound that we want to go for. I want to start off by asking Co-Producer to find some guitar samples that might work with this. So let's come down here, click in there and type guitar, and then the vibe that I'm going to go for, which is kind of a laid back funky vibe maybe, and then the genre will be hip hop. And now we click find samples. Now based on that criteria, Co-Producer will go away and have a search for some suggestions. We've got a few here, and if we were to scroll down, it will keep on producing more and more options. You can see it says show more just here. So what we want to do is play back our production. Yeah, I'm really feeling that one. Now, once we've hit playback, we select the first sample, it starts playing. We can then use the up and down arrows on our keyboard to cycle through each of the samples. But I'm liking this one here, Taken Guitar Funky Lead 01. So now I'm going to grab this and I'm going to drag and drop over here into my production. And if I was to play back now. Yeah, I'm liking that. Just going to repeat that. Command R to repeat. And let's see if there's anything else in here that works for us. Let's hit playback and then we'll cycle through some more. That sounds really cool. So the next thing I want to do, I've got a couple of guitar ideas there. How about we drop some keyboards in and then maybe some vocals? And that way you'll see how the picture starts to build. We're now adding the building blocks towards creating the overall production. Okay, so let's see if we can find some keyboard sounds that might work with this as well. So let's click here and go back to this section. We're going to click clear. And the other thing is quite useful is, remember, we've got the audio captured already. Let's click that. Right, now what we want to do is at this stage, we're going to delete what we've already captured because we're going to recapture with these new elements added on top. Okay, so let's delete that. And now we're going to click capture your audio again, 8 bars, and we're going to press play. Great. I mean, I could have done 4 bars because it's just a repeating 4-bar cycle, but it's all good. Now, and we're going to type piano, and I'm going to go again for laid back, and I'm going to go soulful vibe. Let's see what we get then. Click find samples. Okay, we've got some selections here. Let's have a quick listen. Yeah, something like that. Let's bring this in. Let's drop that in here. That's sounding really sweet. It's worth mentioning is if you were to come to say one of these previous ones, maybe this one here, and if I was to click these 3 dots just here, let's pull this across a bit. All right, these 3 dots, you get some more options. We get the option of showing similar samples to what we've selected just here. We can also generate a sampler instrument within Arcade, which is fantastic. And that way we can do some chops and we can move things around a lot more easily. Let's say, for example, a part of that 8-bar loop really resonated with us. Pulling it into the Arcade sampler will have a lot more flexibility. I'll do a video on that coming up soon. And of course, we can open the kit that this particular sample relates to. So the hosting kit or the suite, we can do so. All right. It tells us what the original key is, which was C minor. And also it tells us what the original tempo was. We're running at 95 BPM and this is at 90 BPM. So it's not too much time stretching going on. Okay, so how about we round things off with some vocal samples? I've cleared the decks again. And of course, we've got these new samples here. So we're going to recapture the audio. Click capture audio, playback. Now, let's go for some vocals. Okay, so the instrument type or sound type, vocals, female vocals, vibe, laid back, and soulful. Let's keep it simple. And let's try that. Okay, we have some matches. Let's see what we got here. Now, the one I really liked was this one up here. Simple as that. The possibilities are endless. And although you're not actually making the music yourself, you're not playing the keyboards, you're not singing the vocals, but you're still constructing music using a massive sample base. And this co-producer is brilliant in sourcing through the thousands, probably millions of samples that are available in the library and helping you to narrow down the best match, to give you a range of options from which you can choose with, and filtering out all of the samples that probably won't fit. I think that's absolutely brilliant. The last thing I'm going to show you right here, let's just go back here and clear this. Now we are going to recapture one more time. Okay, great. Now this time we're not going to put anything in the box just here. We're just going to click find samples. And now let's see what co-producer comes up with based on what it's hearing from what's being captured. Okay, so we've got some woodwinds, we've got some bits up here. Let's just go for it. Let's see if anything fits. There are definitely some options there we can choose from. Once you've built out the foundation stuff, the things that you know you definitely want in the track, try telling co-producer to come up with some ideas, some fresh ideas that you might not have thought of, some of which might just add that extra element to your production that you wouldn't have conceived. But anyway, that's it for this video. I'll definitely come back and do another video on this. Like I said, there'll be links in the description for the OneOdio Studio Max 1 headphones. I'm definitely sold on these. So if you want to grab a pair, check the link in the description and check those out. There'll also be a link for you to download and try out output.com co-producer. Well worth a look. If you already are an arcade user, you get 60 days free of charge. If you're brand new to output.com, then 7 days free of charge. You can't go wrong there. And you can also grab links to the Waves plugins that I'll have listed in the description. Until next time, I'm Duce, I'm out. Peace.